Hey, welcome everybody. It's another Saturday morning, another beautiful day for some chocolate for breakfast. As I do every Saturday morning, I am celebrating my week with some delicious chocolate recipe. If you happen to be joining me live, I would love to know what you're celebrating too. I always celebrate 3 things, and I love to read out loud what my viewers are celebrating with me. And then while I'm doing that, I'm eating some chocolate. So it's kind of like a little ritual for me because I think it's a fantastic thing to have chocolate first thing in the morning. Let's not wait for dessert, people. Let's have our pleasure all day long. And so if chocolate is not your pleasure, then I hope you are enjoying something that you love, whatever it might be, whatever it is, even if you normally eat it at night, maybe it's some ice cream, maybe it's a margarita. I'm not necessarily recommending that first thing in the morning, but I am recommending that you have your pleasure all day long. So find something that makes you happy and do it soon after you wake up, for sure. So please say hi in the chat box if you're here. Hey, I see Robin's here. She's celebrating. I see Jay Rise is here. So welcome, you guys. I so appreciate it. And like I said, if you have something that you're celebrating, please celebrate with me. And if there's a good chocolate recipe you recommend, or some yummy chocolate, or anything you want to comment on, or you want to chat with each other, please feel free to chat away. I love it when you guys are chatting in the chat box. So today I made the most delicious recipe. So yesterday I was shopping at Whole Foods, getting myself some lunch, and I found this little tiny bag of brownie bites. Now, my daughter is like literally addicted to brownies. If I get like a big thing of brownie bites, she'll like eat it right away. But I was so excited because I found this like little bag, and I was like, oh yay, I can give her like a little treat. And then she won't feel so bad for eating the whole thing, right? Because it's just a little small bag. And then it gave me the idea, well, what a fun idea if I made some brownie bites at home. And I've never actually made brownies without using a box, like a pre-made box of brownies. I've never tried. I've made, obviously chocolate cake many times, all kinds of different chocolate recipes, but I've never tried the brownies, but completely on my own. And so I didn't really know what the big difference was between a brownie and a cake, other than, it's a little more chewy, obviously, when you're eating it. But as far as making it, I had no idea. So probably the biggest difference is it uses a lot more cocoa and hardly any flour. So it's really just kind of like this. That's why it kind of gets that chewiness. It's just not a lot of flour. It's got the eggs, and it's really a really simple recipe to make. And the way that the recipe that I got from, which I got from Whats Gaby Cooking, and she is just fantastic. I highly recommend her. She's got a website with a whole bunch of cool recipes, and I actually found her online through Snapchat. And she's just super adorable, cute, and she gets on Snapchat and does these snap-episodes, she calls them, and she puts up recipes all the time. You can take a quick screenshot of, and she gets on Instagram too. And she always recommends you take pictures of her recipes. So I'm definitely gonna have to take some recipes and tag her after today to show what I did. So what she did though was just a typical brownie recipe. In fact, it's a double chocolate mocha brownie recipe that she had. And I changed that into brownie bites. And what she recommends is you put a little espresso powder in the recipe, and then put chocolate chips on top. And so what I did was I used the espresso powder, and then I put just one little chocolate chip on top. So I used my typical Nespresso, because we have an espresso maker at home. And so we didn't have any. Sometimes we have espresso powder hanging around because my hubby likes to have just instant coffee sometimes, but I thought I want to use the real stuff anyway. So this is what I use. The Nespresso Arpeggio is the name of it, and it's the boldest one that they have. I love this flavor. It's so good. And by the way, if you've never had an espresso before, it is like some of the best coffee ever. They use like this really good quality Italian coffee. And so highly recommend it. So what I did was these little capsules go in the Nespresso machine. I just tore off the top and then just the recipe only asks for a teaspoon. So actually it only leaves about half of one of these, and I can still make some coffee with it later, somehow, some shape or form. Hey, I see we have Sherry joining us in the chat box too. Welcome, Sherry. So glad to have you here. So anyway, that's what I used for the Nespresso powder or espresso powder is what it asked for. And then I used my favorite Divine Chocolate cocoa. And this is like a really high quality cocoa. And it almost was like half of the container, basically, was what it asked for. It was 3/4 cup, which is about half of one of these. It's kind of a smaller size container. And then I used Ghiradelli chocolate chips, the dark chocolate chips. They make a really awesome, like extra larger chocolate chip. And so it was perfect to put right on top of the little brownie bites, one on top of each one, and just add a little extra flavor. And Ghiradelli, by the way, doing a little research on Ghiradelli, which is based in San Francisco. I love San Francisco. It's one of my favorite cities here in the States. And Ghiradelli is also from Italy. He's an immigrant from Italy. So we're having like a sort of an Italian delectable brownie today. Apparently one of his employees came up with the Braum method, which is basically when the chocolate is dripped, the cocoa butter drips out and it creates a more intense chocolate flavor. And so to me, it's kind of like drip coffee kind of. So I think it's kind of appropriate that we're having this sort of mocha espresso thing with a Ghirardelli chocolate chip. So this is kind of how they turned out. They're quite lovely looking. You can see I just put one little tiny chocolate chip on top of each one. And I haven't tried it yet, so I can't wait to take a little bite. This is how they look when they're done. It's a cute little tiny bite. Let's give it a try and see how it tastes. Oh my God. You guys, gotta try this recipe. Oh my God, it is so good. And like I never said, I've never tried making my own brownie recipe, but I might never go back. This is like amazing. And it was so easy to make, you guys. It was so simple. Okay, I have to sit here and chew the whole time now. But wow, that was so good. Well, I'm glad I didn't try that earlier. They would be all gone. It would be all gone. So let's get to the celebrations. Like I said, if you guys are here, please let us know what you're celebrating. I'd love to know what you are celebrating. Robin, I think, got on early, so what she was celebrating got off. So I'm not sure Robin's even still here, but welcome. I'm so glad, Robin, that you just joined us super quickly. So let's get to my celebrations. The first thing I'm celebrating today is clarity. I feel like I've had so much clarity this week on so many awesome things around my business, around my life, around like what I want to pursue. Around so many things, like the copy that I want to have for my website. So I love clarity. It's so cool when it comes in your life and you just kind of get more clear and you're kind of more in touch with kind of, you know, your gut and what's right for you. And sometimes when you're like busy doing all kinds of stuff, you don't have that clarity. I think sometimes just taking a break, doing a little meditation, which is, like I said, I've just started doing that recently because I am not a big meditator. So that's been kind of a fun thing for me to do lately. And like yesterday afternoon, I kind of celebrated my week and took a little afternoon off to go to the movies by myself, which was so fun. I love my movies by myself. So anyway, clarity is becoming to me in so many forms and I love it. So yay for celebrations and yay for clarity. And so the second thing I'm celebrating today is sunshine. It is gorgeous here today. It's been so nice the last couple of days, and it's been getting warmer and warmer, and it feels like spring. I cannot even believe it's February. This is crazy. And because it is February, I mean, we could get snow next week for all you know, here in Oregon. You never know. I saw you guys up in Toronto were getting a snowstorm. I saw Evan, I think on his Instagram maybe, posted that there was a snowstorm coming in for you guys. So here it like literally is like almost 60 degrees and it feels like summer. I don't know if it's the same up there in Seattle. Both Robin and Sherry are up near Seattle area. So I don't know if it's as nice up there as it is down here, but man, it's like crazy how it feels like spring already here. There's like stuff blooming and all kinds of good stuff. So, so yay for sunshine. I'm really enjoying it. And then the third thing I'm celebrating today is I am celebrating Instagram, sort of. I'm celebrating like all the awesome people that I've been seeing on Instagram, like how many awesome artists there are. Poetry, loving poetry, loving some of the cooking stuff on Instagram. I'm celebrating Instagrammers. That's probably a better way of putting it. The poets of Instagram, the artists of Instagram, the videographers of Instagram. I'm just having so much fun. I got on Instagram this last week and I've been trying to post almost every day, and it's just been super fun. And I can't believe it's taken me forever to get on there. I don't even know what took me so long, but I'm glad that I'm on there now, and it's just fun to see what people are posting and how they're expressing themselves differently on Instagram than they are like in some of their other platforms, and it's really fun. So I'm having a great time. So if you happen to be an Instagrammer too, please follow me at Jen So Much, and I'll put that in the description below, along with this awesome recipe by Gabby and links to the Ghiradelli and Nespresso and all that good stuff. So let's see what you guys are celebrating. You guys are just chatting away, and I love it. So let's see. So Robin is celebrating his little doggy, her little doggy Gizmo. And I am so curious if you've had a great time with Gizmo, Robin, because I know you're such a cat person and you've never had a dog before, I don't think. So, but little Gizmo's a little tiny dog, and he's a real cutie. I've seen pictures of him on Facebook and stuff. So I love it. It's an awesome thing to celebrate. And let's see, Jay is saying, let's see that he knows my Snap-episode brownie episode. I love it. I'm so glad you saw that. Oh no, you're talking about Gabby. Yes, Gabby does these awesome Snap-episode recipes. But I too this morning when I was making my brownies, I filmed myself making a little bit of it and put it on both Snapchat and Instagram. So that was really fun too, to use those two platforms in a whole new way and show kind of like behind the scenes of me making my yummy brownies. And oh my God, they're so good. Like I cannot wait to eat more. Let's see, Sherry is saying that she's trying to get her sister there because she has a great random recipe too. And she's going to put on sugar and other stuff. It has an amazing looking brownie. And this brownie, by the way, would be so easy to make even healthier, because the sugar, you could easily use a sugar substitute. There wasn't a lot of sugar in it. And there wasn't a lot of flour either, because it is, you know, so chewy. It doesn't use a lot of flour. So you could easily use like a coconut flour or something like that. So you could make it even more healthy. But I have to say, I mean, it's just a tiny little bite. What's a little sugar gonna hurt you, right? But if you do need something sugar-free or gluten-free, it'd be so easy. And the recipe is like, it was so easy. You basically just melt the butter over the stove and you mix it on the stove, and oh my God, it's so easy. And it's not as messy, because you know how brownies kind of, the batter's a little bit more glowy, if that makes sense. It's not as sticky. So if you spill some on the pan, it's easy to kind of move off the side. So anyway, it's super easy to make. So Jay is saying he's celebrating fun interactions with everyone, everywhere. I love fun interactions. That's awesome, Jay. And easy delegation, especially to talented peeps. Oh, yes, that is an amazing thing, especially when you can let some things go and let somebody else do them who is way more qualified and can bring their own talent to it. Totally love that. Stay in the zone of your own genius and let other people do their genius, right? And League Fest 2018 with Evan, Nina, Louie, and Chris. I'm wondering when you're doing that, Jay. I know you told me you were going to be doing League of Legends with Evan and Nina and Louie and Chris, and you haven't been playing League. You've been taking a break from League, and so I'm curious about that. Was that last night, or is that tonight, or when is that? I'm curious about that. And let's see, you guys are talking about Nebraska, because that's where Sherry's sister's from. I love it. Oh, you were born in Nebraska too, Sherry, huh? I did not know that. And Sherry, yay. Okay, Sherry's celebrating sunshine, cold temperatures, and propagating herbs. So you must not be getting as much warm temperature as we are getting here in Portland. It is just crazy warm. I mean, it's still colder today. I will say the temperature's gone down a little bit today, but it's been really, really nice, and sunshine. So you're celebrating sunshine too. I love it. And Jay's saying, yes, how clarity in one area tends to go into others. So true. I totally feel that's true. Like I feel like all of a sudden, like I'm getting clear on this, and then I'm getting clear on this, and that's fantastic. It's amazing. Robin says she's celebrating. She's back on. Robin, you didn't leave. I thought you left. So welcome back. Or if you left and came back, that's awesome. So, and yeah, she's got her own Facebook page, Gizzy Pero. I didn't know she had her own Facebook page. Okay, so I need to become friends with little Gizzy. That's such a great name. I love it. And let's see. Jason, he did see my Insta story. Yay. I'm so excited. That's awesome. And Robin, are you on Instagram? I would love to know if you are on Instagram, and or if Gizmo is on Instagram. You could have just an Instagram just for Gizzy, little Gizzy. What's her name? Gizzy. Okay, I gotta go back and look at that. Gizzy Pero. That's great. You totally need an Instagram because, you know, people love pictures of animals. They just can't help it. They just do. I even have a little picture of Adela on my Instagram because, the animals, they get the love on the Insta. So that's awesome. And let's see. So Gizmo is 6 years old. Have you really had her 6 years, Robin? Or is she just 6 and you got her later? That's interesting. For some reason, I feel like you only had her a couple of years. So, and you're playing League. Jay is playing League in just 4 hours. So that's awesome. I'll have a great time. Good luck. I'm sending you lots of good vibes to like go kill it in the game. Maybe taking a break will like bring new fresh perspective to you. And Sherry's also saying it was warm yesterday in Seattle, but it's the ski resort is suffering. I've heard that too, that there's not as much snow up at Hood either. So yeah, that's kind of one of the drawbacks. But like I said, it could snow tomorrow. It probably will snow in a couple weeks up at the mountain at least. So it's not too late for ski season. And I feel like depending on where you go to, it's always really nice. What's nice about Oregon is at Bachelor, if you want to, it's almost always like nice through March up there. But actually, I don't know how it is doing this year either because it's just been so warm. They may not have gotten much either. And Robin's saying she got Gizmo when she was 5 years old. So that makes sense because I felt like you just got her a couple years ago. So I was like, am I going crazy? That totally makes sense. Awesome, you guys. Well, I'm so appreciative of you guys being here and celebrating with me. You guys, all of you had stuff to celebrate with me, which is awesome. That's such good stuff. So I hope you have a fantastic day. Keep enjoying chocolate or wine or whatever your pleasure is. Go look at some fun pics on Insta. And if you get a chance, make this amazing brownie recipe because it is so dang good. I'm going to go grab myself a cup of coffee and have a couple more because I can't stop at just one. I just can't. All right. Thanks, you guys. We will talk to you later. Bye. Okay. If I can figure out how to say goodbye. There we go. All right. See you next week. Bye.